Hey future engineers, it's a girl here from Engineering Talk Zimbabwe. If you're watching this, you're probably gearing up for your final year project and definitely you want that distinction. Well, I graduated with the first class in mechatronics and today I will share my top tips to help you crush your project. Let's dive in. Tip number 1, choose the right topic. Your project topic can make or break your grade. So pick something that is relevant, innovative and feasible. When I say relevant, I mean that you should choose a topic that solves a real-world problem. When I say innovative, I mean that add your unique twist to the project. Nowadays, we're talking more of artificial intelligence, automation, IIoT, which is Industrial Internet of Things, blockchain, machine learning, all those. So make sure that your project has got an innovative aspect in it. When I say feasible, I mean don't overcomplicate things, my engineer. Don't try to do a lifetime project in 1 year. Can you finish your project in time? That's the question that you should ask yourself whilst choosing your project topic. My pro tip on this part is that check past projects for inspiration. What I did during my final year is I did my research and checked past projects that were done by the other students, and I discovered that a few projects were centered around PLCs and SCADA system, and I had an advantage because during my industrial attachment I was exposed to programmable logic controllers and SCADA system. So choosing a topic centered around that wasn't really a problem to me. Tip number 2, you should plan like a pro. A distinction-worthy project needs solid planning, my engineer. Here is how to do it. Break it down, buffer your time, and have weekly goals. Some students wait till it's semester number 2 to start their research project. Whilst it's wise to start researching on your project during the first semester so that you won't have much workload on your final semester. My secret was that I was consistent, and consistency is always the key. When I say buffer your time, I mean that expect delays. And most of us will have no much experience with software when we get to our final year. So definitely you get to meet bugs, you get to have your system crashing, you get to have some problems, some challenges during the research project. So definitely you need to have time for the project so that you avoid burnout during the final semester. Let's go to tip number 3. Tip number 3, follow your supervisor's guidance. Your supervisor is your biggest friend, so use their expertise. Here is how. Make sure that you meet regularly, even if it's a 10 minutes update. Follow their format. If they want chapters a certain way, do it. Ask questions. Don't just go there and say, "Sir or ma'am, I'm stuck." Say something like, "I have tried this, but this failed, so I'm going to try this. Is this viable? Do you have any ideas that I can use around it?" Avoid last minute stress because definitely your supervisor won't like it. Just because I had started my research project earlier on, I was always up to date when it comes to presentations. When my supervisor would say, "I'm expecting everybody to be done by this chapter by this date," I was up to date. So make sure that you be able to plan like a pro engineer so that you won't have any problems when it comes to your research. Let's move on. Tip number 4, master your literature review. Your literature review isn't just a summary, it's the foundation of your research, and examiners use it to judge if you've done your homework thoroughly. So here is a step-by-step guide to help you. Step number 1, start with the right sources. Skip Wikipedia. Use IEEE Explore, Science Direct, or Google Scholar. Filter for the last 5 years to stay current. Here is a pro tip for students from University of Zimbabwe and NAST. They actually give you free access to these journals, so use your student login details. Step number 2, identify the research gap. Read 50 plus papers and note what's missing in the past researches that were done. For example, most solar projects ignore Zimbabwe's dust effects. That's a gap. So you should actually do your research well so that you find a gap and be innovative around those gaps. Step number 3, organize like a pro. Use Zotero or Mendeley to manage citations. Create a table comparing past studies. Examiners do love that. And key takeaway on this is a killer literature review proves your project is original and worth distinction marks. Tip number 5, design a methodology that impresses. Your methodology shows you're not just guessing, but you're thinking like an engineer. So always make sure that you stand out. Justify every choice. Why Arduino over Raspberry Pi? Why Ansys for simulations? Why MATLAB? Why Proteus? LTSpice? Why SolidWorks or AutoCAD? Explain like your examiner knows nothing. Always make use of visuals. Using a visual for your methods is worth 1,000 words. So make sure that you use clearly labeled diagrams, that is for your model design, your methodology flow diagram, your functional block diagrams, as well as your CAD designs. Make sure that your work is clear enough so that anyone should be able to replicate your work. Let's move on. Tip number 6 is on simulation and results that wow examiners. Never just say the results look good. Examiners want analysis. It's actually a pitfall to avoid. Make use of simulation best practices. Always match simulations to real-world tests. For example, MATLAB predicted 90% efficiency, but Dust reduced it to 82%. Here is why. Then you give examples. Present your data like a journal paper. Use error bars, statistical tests, simulations, and side-by-side comparisons with theory. Highlight anomalies. Got weird results? Discuss them. For example, the voltage spike at 3 p.m. matches load shedding periods. This impacts reliability. Note that the results don't have to be accurate, but in range with the theoretical expected ones. I used this whilst I was doing my research project, and it actually worked for me. Tip number 7 is on the perfect project presentation. Your presentation is your final punch, so make sure that you nail it. What examiners secretly want are slide designs. So make sure that your slide design has minimum words but schematics, visuals, not just long paragraphs. Practice the 3-second rule. If they glance at your slide and don't get it, then it's too complex. Prepare for question and answer part. Anticipate questions, then prepare yourself for grilling my engineer, because examiners will always ask. Your Viva can boost your grade if you memorize key values. Prepare a 1-minute summary of your project and defend your decisions. Always be fully prepared. There is always this confidence that comes when you know your stuff. So definitely make sure that you know your stuff, know your sensors, know why you chose this material over this, know all those. And also I would like to share that when we did our final year project Viva, we had a challenge of power cuts, so we didn't do presentations on slides on PowerPoint. So make sure that rather you are prepared for both. When you are not doing a PowerPoint presentation, then make sure that you are prepared for the other traditional way of presenting.